Hi guys, it's Gina and Hailey.
Hi everybody. Welcome back to PCC Student Connect for Takeover Thursday.
We are super excited to introduce to you our guest.
My name is Jennie Melton. I'm going to be talking about a tough topic, forgiveness. Okay, so before I go into forgiveness, I wanted to tell you guys a story. When I came back up to Santa Barbara, me and a few of my housemates decided to do a day where we just deep cleaned. When I got to my bedroom, there's this huge rug that covers most of my floor. And I hadn't moved it in a long time because there's a lot of furniture on top of it. But I was like, today's the day, we're gonna move that rug. We're gonna get underneath it. You know, we're deep cleaning today. We are going for it, all in. So we moved this rug and I was shocked at how much dirt had been underneath this rug. And I was like, oh my gosh. The air changed after we swept and mopped this area, and I was just again astonished by how much dirt had built up there over time and how much it needed to be cleaned. So going back to forgiveness, I know I'm kind of jumping back and forth. Hopefully this will make sense in a little bit. I understand that it's easy to forgive people sometimes, but what about the tough stuff? The stuff where people truly deeply hurt you, sometimes even on purpose. How do you find the heart to forgive those people? Well, you got to forgive those people because, one, it does no good by holding that grudge. It does no good by keeping that dust and dirt underneath that rug and never cleaning it. It makes the air that you live in every single day dirtier. Guys, when you find the heart to forgive others as God has forgiven us, your life becomes cleaner. Listen to this verse I'm about to read. Okay, so let's read something from the good word, just to emphasize that forgiveness is necessary and it should be practiced. Matthew chapter 6, verse 14. For if you forgive others their trespasses, your heavenly Father will also forgive you. This follows the daily prayer found in Matthew chapter 6. And actually, in the end of that daily prayer, it says, verse 12, and forgive us our debts, and we have also forgiven our debtors. In school, I was taught this in high school, but also in college, if something is repeated in literature, in any type of book, it's important. God says, literally in verse 12, forgive us our debts, and we have also forgiven our debtors. Then in verse 14, he says, forgive. You guys, it's important. Because if you don't forgive people, you're just holding all of these grudges and you're cutting off all of these amazing relationships in your life that could possibly grow into something that could help you. Also, it's just important because God forgave us. He died for us and he prayed for us as we sin. Point is, if you want to be forgiven in the future, if you know that you're going to mess up, I'll do that. It's important that you start practicing forgiveness so that maybe one day other people can also forgive you. Back to that messy story I told you guys about my house. Imagine if you are constantly clean every day, and then people are going out there and making a mess, and you're the one having to clean up their mess. Imagine how annoying that would be, or frustrating. And it's like, I just cleaned the dishes and put all of them away, and now there's a bunch of dishes on the rack. Like, come on, guys. That's exactly what God does every single day. He cleans up after us. He forgives us our sin, washes us anew, and the very next day we go and sin again. And he'll always be there. He'll always be there cleaning up after us, giving us grace. And not only will he'll do it, but he'll do it with a big grin on his face because he knows that we're trying. And when we come and ask for forgiveness from God, it's not out of pride, it's out of, God, I'm so sorry. That's how we should be asking for forgiveness, We should want to change our ways, not keep repeating it. But even if we do, God is there every single day cleaning up our dishes and putting them away. If that doesn't encourage you to forgive other people in your life, then I don't know, I guess you could keep living your life with the dust underneath your rug. You could keep living your life not cleaning. Sure, you could live like that. That's totally fine. But let me tell you something. Cleaning is going to do no harm in your life. Forgiving people is not going to hurt you. It's only going to better your life. It's only going to benefit you. So maybe that's another piece of encouragement. Maybe that'll help you want to forgive others. Now, there's also a few things I want to address when I'm talking about forgiveness, because I'm making it sound super easy, but trust me, I know it's not always easy. First, this is a hard thing to do. Forgiving others isn't always easy. It's not always your brother to steal a piece of food off your plate. Sometimes it's some pretty big things that people mess up on or some things that hurt you really bad. So I'm not saying it's easy. God tells us to love our enemies. That's a hard thing to do, but you guys, the biggest commandments come with the biggest rewards when we follow them. If you choose to forgive others and love your enemies, God's gonna reward you big time. And it's only gonna, again, benefit your life. Second thing, you are okay to have feelings. You're okay to be angry with people. You are okay to be sad. You're okay to have emotions. God created us as human beings to have these emotions and to feel them fully. Heck, Jesus even came down to earth and felt all of these emotions, but he did it without sinning. So that tells me is like we can have emotions and still not sin. So you can be angry without hurting somebody else. You can be angry for a little bit. That's okay. But that goes on to the note number 3 that I made, that it's important to process those emotions, process the anger, process the sadness, process it with someone you trust. Talk it out, maybe cry a little bit if that's what you need to do. I do that all the time. Really talk about it with somebody who's going to lead you towards doing the right thing, who's going to lead you back to Jesus. And when you're ready, talk it out with that person, talk it out with whoever you need to, and forgive those people. Or maybe don't even talk to them. If it's going to open up a whole new can of worms, forgive them in your heart and act like you forgive them, because actions speak a lot louder than words. The fourth thing I wanted to say is, if you don't have any grudges right now, or if you live in life with a clean room, if you just clean underneath the rug and you're doing great, awesome job, you guys. That's great. This message isn't only about forgiving others. Sometimes it's about asking for forgiveness. If you know that you've made a mistake recently, even if it's a small one, I urge you to go and talk to whoever you've harmed or whoever you've hurt and ask for forgiveness. Even if it seems silly, the fact that you notice that you may have caused somebody harm or hurt means a lot to those people. They're not going to see you as a bad person by it. They're going to see you as a person who wants to make right and who cares about them. So this can also be for the future when you mess up, because I know we are all going to. Don't be ashamed to ask for forgiveness. It'll only, again, benefit you. Thanks for listening. Hopefully this was beneficial for some of you guys, and if it was, I'd love to know about it. If you're thinking about forgiving somebody pretty soon or processing some of your emotions, we'd love to hear about it. So feel free to message us on Instagram or comment on YouTube, or get a hold of Hailey or Gina and tell us what you guys are doing to better your life, to keep your life clean. Other than that, we miss you guys and hope you all stay healthy and safe. Bye now.